Hello and welcome to Blytheway Business News. And in this edition, I'm joined by Tim Livesey, Chief Executive of Oriole Resources. Oriole is listed on the AIM market with a ticker of ORR and a market capitalisation of around £11 million sterling. The company has extensive assets in a portfolio in Africa, but principally Cameroon, where we're going to be talking this morning about the gold plans, and also Senegal. Tim, welcome back on the show. You've just got some results in for 8 drill holes, the maiden drilling, I understand, at Bibemi. And they've just announced them. Give us a quick overview of the results and what it means for the project and for Oriole.
Certainly, Tim. The Bibemi license, we progressed over the last couple of years with some trenching, mapping, and general targeting, and we identified quite extensive gold mineralization on surface. The strike length in the central Bakassi area, a little bit over 8 kilometers of gold mineralization. And this maiden program was really to test those systems at depth, to get a little bit of information about the structural regimes controlling the mineralization, and really to better understand where the gold is coming from, where it's likely to be deported to, so that we can really focus what will be the next phase in the sort of hotter zones. Now, the results we've had to date, we drilled 29 holes. Actually, one of them was abandoned, so really 28 targeting holes. And the results have been coming in through Q2. And this results recently announced are from what we call the Bakassi Zone 1, which is one of 4 different prospects with subtly different geology and structural regimes in the main center of the Bibemi license. So out of these 8 provisional holes, 5 of them carry gram plus or multi-gram intersections, some of them carrying multiple intersections. And really what we're targeting is some vertical to subvertical veining, which we see on surface carrying gold. We're targeting those around about 100 meters depth below surface, between sort of 30 to 100 meters depth. So intersecting gold in 5 out of the 8 holes is obviously very positive. And we've got more results still to come on Bakassi Zone 1, and then obviously the results for the other 3 prospects.
I want to ask you about that because, as you said, I mean, these holes have all come from the Bakassi Zone 1 prospect. That's just one of 4 prospects within the whole Bibemi project. Now, this is one of those "how good is your crystal ball" questions, I suppose. But with the system identified, it's got more than 8 kilometers at surface. Yep. Now, come on, are you expecting the rest of the drilling program to give you a similar level of success?
Judging by what we've seen physically in the core, there's plenty of evidence for the correct vein types that we know are associated with gold mineralization in this system, the correct alteration types. We have had visible gold in some of the intersections in the Lawa prospects, which are in the south. So there's every geological evidence to expect good results in the other 3 prospects as well. I think the key thing is for people to understand this is a maiden drill program. We're drilling a very few number of holes over a very large distance, and even to have 1 hole returning gold would have been a real success. To have more than 50% of the holes returned to date with gram or multi-gram intersections is really, we think, brilliant. This is an area that's never been drilled before. It's a brand new target area in Cameroon. And it's part of the broader Cholobanyo shear zone, which is where, at the southern end of which, we have a large license package of 8 new licenses granted in February this year. So it's proof that the systems exist. It's proof that gold exists in the systems. And with the remaining results on the Bakassi Zone 1 target and on the other 3 targets, the other 3 prospects, we're pretty confident we're going to see more grading intercepts in all of them.
Okay, now you're going to do some follow-up work in the 4th quarter this year. What's that going to look like? What's that going to consist of?
Well, we really want to take the drill program finished about a month ago. Results have been coming in. We've done a big structural interpretation. All the core was oriented so we can really understand the structures that control the mineralization. And that really will help us to target in on the better areas for success and for larger deposits. So, or the possibility of larger deposits, should I say. So phase 2 will be obviously to take those 4 areas, take the results from those 4 areas, interpret them, and most likely put together a program targeting additional holes in the better zones from this first program. In parallel with that, we've got the stream sediment sampling in the central license package, which is, a much larger area, 3,500 square Ks, and is a little bit, stream sediment's very much the first step in exploration. So we're carrying that on in parallel, so we can keep the pipeline of projects filled as we progress with Bibemi, Wapuzi, and then the central license packages.
So thank you. That's a very encouraging update on Cameroon. Can you give us finally a quick overview of the rest of the portfolio, in particular what's happening at the Sinala project in Senegal?
Certainly. Well, Sinala's the next on our ranking. It's sort of the next big ticket. It's a large license area, partnered out with Iron Gold, as you know. Iron Gold this year, they're in their 4th year of earning on the license. They're spending 4 million in the first 4 years, and then the option to spend another 4 million over 2 years to ultimately end up with a 70% shareholding. They've been targeting 2 prospects of the 5 identified gold prospects within the Sinala license. This year they're drilling Medina Bafe in the south, which is close to the Boto mine development project. The drill pads are all planned. They're actually mobilizing drill rigs there now, RC and Diamond. And any small resource that could be identified at Medina Bafe has the potential to be a satellite feed to the Boto mine development project when that goes into production. In the north, they're working in an area called Fare, and here we have about 6.5 kilometers of strike length of known mineralization, some of which was drilled previously by us, with some great intersections. And again, it's a 2-stage program, Diamond and RC. And that could be potentially a standalone mine development project. There's certainly space in the license for that. There's space in the surface footprint, 6.5 Ks of mineralization, with drill intercepts on some of them already. So it'd be encouraging. We'd be encouraged to see the results from that and see whether any of that hangs together into a resource.
Okay.
The rest of the assets are really our legacy, royalty, and our investments. And the usual caveat on that: we will realise value from them. We just don't know when or how, and it's about getting best value for the shareholders.
But fair to say you're focused on Cameroon and Senegal.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tim, thank you for that. Good to see you this morning. That was Tim Livesey, Chief Executive of Oriole Resources, updating on some very encouraging drill results from their gold prospect, their gold project in Cameroon. That's it from Blytheway Business News for today. Thanks for watching.